Hey everybody, week two, ECBA 307 in the books. 2 weeks down, 5 more weeks to go. This week is actually one of my favorite um, lessons in this course, mainly because it talks about some very specific things that I think are key to effective communication. And it also presented, about collaboration, making sure you're doing that properly. That was in chapter two. Chapter three talked about some of the challenges that you have in a diverse workforce and a workplace. And so what I did was I focused on two of those, one being the challenges, one being the challenges in a diverse workforce for the lesson material and for what I wanted you to do this week. So the discussion had you watch a video, and I use this video in many of the classes that I teach because I think it clearly demonstrates the importance of the art of listening and listening effectively. Let's face it, communication classes should not just be focused on what you say, how you're going to say it. Because if you do that, you may be saying the wrong thing to the wrong person at the wrong time. And so, in order to develop an effective communication strategy, I believe you have to be an effective listener to start with. And so, hopefully, you saw my video on the discussion forum this week. But again, I think this video, and I hope you use this video. I hope you use it at your workplace. I hope there's something that you can find that you can apply this to as you go forward. And so this week I asked for 5 key takeaways that you had after you watched the video. But again, at the end of the day, that video is all about the art of listening. The assignment this week had you as the VP of Human Resources for Royal Caribbean Cruise Lines. And this is a very live example for me. At the time I'm filming this, I'm going to be leaving for a cruise to Antarctica here, and you'll probably see my post on that. If you're in, let's see, I'm recording this spring, January of 2023. And it talks about diversity on a cruise ship. I actually got to experience this firsthand a couple of years ago. I was teaching a human resources class at the time, and I was on a cruise in northern Italy. And I asked the folks on the cruise ship if I could meet the human resources director. So I met the human resources director on that cruise ship, and she told me that they had 1,200 employees on that ship, and of those 1,200 employees, they came from 20 different countries. And so I always thought if I had a chance, I'm going to develop a question about that to have my students consider that kind of as a mini case study. That if you were the head of human resources on a cruise ship, you had 20 different countries represented. Talk about a diverse workforce, right? What would you do? What would be the things that you had to do? How would you make sure that the employees function properly? How would you make sure that you developed a common language, if you would, for people from India, Pakistan, Indonesia, United States, Eastern Europe, and so on and so on? So that was the genesis of the question here on this one that talked about the need to communicate in a very diverse environment. And then finally, you had the quiz this week that was over the material in chapters 2 and chapter 3. I hope you have a great week. And if you have any questions, make sure you reach out. Take care.